everyone, and welcome to AI for Everyone, where we show you how to use the power of AI to leverage your current skills and abilities to make AI your superpower. In today's video, we're going to talk about how AI agents are the next phase in the AI revolution and how it will impact your life and your business. In a world increasingly shaped by technology, a new chapter in artificial intelligence is unfolding. Meet the new digital companions that are revolutionizing how we live, work, and interact with our world. To understand where we're going, we first must understand where we've been. In the beginning, we communicated with computers through code and commands, a language barrier that limited technology to the technically inclined. The first virtual assistants represented a leap forward, technology that could respond to natural language, albeit in limited ways. But these early assistants were reactive, not proactive, responding only to specific commands and questions with narrow parameters. The last decades have witnessed exponential growth in AI capabilities, from improved speech recognition to sophisticated language understanding and generation. As one expert explains, what we're seeing now is the convergence of multiple AI breakthroughs: large language models, unprecedented reasoning capabilities, computer vision systems that understand the world visually, and sophisticated planning algorithms that can break complex goals into actionable steps. The convergence has given birth to something fundamentally different: AI agents. Unlike traditional AI assistants that respond to specific requests, AI agents can understand goals, make decisions, and take independent actions on your behalf. Modern agents combine 5 critical capabilities: perception, the ability to understand your requests, preferences, and the context of your needs; reasoning, analyzing information and drawing conclusions about the best approach; planning, breaking down complex goals into manageable steps; execution, actually performing tasks by connecting with various services and systems; and learning, improving over time based on feedback and experience. As another expert says, what makes this truly revolutionary is that agents can chain these capabilities together autonomously. They don't even follow instructions. They interpret intentions and figure out how to achieve them, even when the path isn't explicitly defined. For example, when you ask an agent to plan a weekend getaway, it doesn't just search for weekend destinations. It considers your budget, previous travel preferences, checks your calendar for availability, researches weather conditions, finds accommodations that match your tastes, suggests activities based on your interests, and can even make reservations, all without requiring step-by-step interference with you or from you. The shift from commanding to delegating represents a fundamental change in our relationship with technology. As one tech philosopher puts it, we're moving from a tool-based paradigm to a collaborative paradigm. These aren't just utilities, they're digital partners that understand context, anticipate needs, and operate with a degree of autonomy previously confined to science fiction. To understand the transformative potential of AI agents, let's look at how they're already changing lives across different domains. In the home, a simple statement like, "I'm thinking about having a few friends over the weekend," can trigger a cascade of coordinated activities. A home management agent checks calendar availability, sends preliminary invitations to likely guests based off your social patterns, suggests menu options considering dietary restrictions, and has learned from the previous gatherings, creates a shopping list, checks which items are already in the smart refrigerator, orders missing ingredients for delivery at the optimal time, adjusts the home cleaning schedule, and prepares a playlist based on the musical preferences of the expected guests. That sounds pretty cool. A lot of people like to throw parties, but they don't like to plan parties. When you refine your plan, saying, "Let's make it a barbecue instead," add Alex and Jamie to the guest list. The agent adapts, reconfiguring plans to accommodate the new direction without starting from scratch. That's key. As one home technology expert says, what's revolutionary here is that the technology can perform each of these individual tasks. It's that the agents can coordinate them all with a common goal with the minimal human oversight while maintaining the flexibility to adapt when preferences change. Even routine mornings are transformed by predictive assistance. Your morning agent doesn't wait for comments based on your calendar, sleep patterns, weather, and traffic conditions. It proactively adjusts your alarm time, preheats the shower, starts brewing coffee, warms the car, displays the most relevant information, and even suggests wardrobe options appropriate for your scheduled activities and forecast weather. As one user testifies, it's not about eliminating decisions, it's about eliminating unnecessary ones. I'm still in control, but I'm free from the cognitive burden of routine planning and coordination. It's like having a personal assistant who knows me incredibly well. It allows you to focus on the better parts of life, is how I look at it. In professional context, agents are redefining productivity and creativity across industries. When a marketing director says, we need to launch a campaign for a new product line next month, a marketing agent takes this high-level directive and springs into action, analyzing market research, demographic data, and previous campaign performance. It generates multiple concepts, drafts content across platforms, creates popular timelines, identifies potential influencer partnerships, estimates budget requirements, and synthesizes everything into a comprehensive campaign strategy, all before the meeting ends. As one marketing professional explains, before agents, developing a campaign strategy like this would have taken weeks of work from multiple team members. Now we can start with a sophisticated foundation in minutes, allowing us to focus on human creativity or refinement and innovation rather than building from scratch. Again, AI is allowing us to do the things that are most important to build upon. In legal practices, specialty agents are transforming document review and case preparation. As one attorney shares, my legal research agent can analyze thousands of precedents, statutes, and regulations in minutes, identifying relevant cases I might have missed and suggest legal strategies based on historical context. For document review, it can process hundreds of pages in seconds, flagging potential issues and inconsistencies that would take hours to find manually. Tasks that once consumed 60% of attorneys' time can now be completed in a fraction of the time, allowing legal professionals to focus on client relationships, courtroom strategy, and complex legal reasoning. Again, AI is allowing us to focus on what matters most. After software development, the field that created these agents is being transformed by them. As one developer explains, my coding agent doesn't just write code, it understands the architecture of our entire system. When I need to add a feature, it can suggest implementation approaches, identify potential conflicts with existing code, write tests, and document everything as needed. It's having a senior developer who never sleeps working alongside me. A workplace researcher observes, what we're seeing across professions that agents are most effective when they complement human expertise rather than replace it. They handle routine tasks, provide decision support, and operate as always available cognitive partners. But the decision, judgment, and creative leaps still come from humans. Perhaps nowhere is the potential of AI agents more profound than in healthcare, where the stakes are literally life and death. As one doctor explains, my clinical assistant monitors patient data 24/7, drawing connections between symptoms, lab results, and medical interactions, and medical history that might escape even the most vigilant physician. Healthcare agents can recognize subtle patterns across a vast amount of data, detecting early warning signs of deterioration before they become obvious. These same doctor shares, last month my agent flagged a patient whose vitals were all technically within normal range, but the patterns of small changes across multiple indicators matched every sign of sepsis. We started treatment hours earlier than we might have otherwise, potentially saving the patient's life. Beyond hospital walls, removing remote monitoring agents are extending medical care to homes. As one patient with a heart condition explains, I hate being in the hospital. Now my health agent tracks my vitals, medical adherence, sleep patterns, and activity levels at home. It alerts my doctor when something needs attention, and gives me personalized guidance on managing my condition from day to day. A healthcare researcher notes, we're moving from episodic care to continuous care, where AI agents can serve as the connective tissue between patients, providers, and health systems. The potential impact of chronic disease management and preventive care and healthcare resources allocation is enormous. At the research level, specialized agents are accelerating medical discovery. As one medical researcher shares, our research agents can analyze millions of specific papers, clinical trial data, and genetic information to identify patterns and potential treatments that human researchers might never connect. They've already helped us identify several promising drug candidates for diseases that have long eluded effective treatment. One of the most profound impacts of AI agents comes in expanding access and independence for persons with disabilities. A person with mobility impairment explains, my agent doesn't control my smart home. It helps me work, communicate, create art, and stay connected with my community. It anticipates my needs based on routines and preferences, making hundreds of small adjustments throughout my day that would otherwise require assistance. They continue, when I want to cook, it walks me through the accessible recipes step by step. When I'm writing, it helps me edit and format documents. When I'm navigating unfamiliar places, it finds accessible routes and facilities. It gives me independence I never thought possible. A person with a visual impairment shares, My vision agent describes the world around me in ways that are actually useful. It doesn't just tell me there's a door, it tells me the door is open, someone is approaching, and there's a sign indicating it's a private office. It helps me recognize people, read documents, navigate spaces, and shop independently. An accessibility expert explains what makes these agents revolutionary for accessibility of the environment, the user's specific needs, and the context of activities. They don't just provide information, they provide the right information in the right time in the right way. For people with cognitive and developmental disabilities, specialized agents provide personalized support. A support professional notes these agents can adapt their communication style, break tasks into manageable steps, provide reminders, and offer emotional support tailored to each individual's specific needs and preferences. They learn from experience that works for each person. A user with cognitive challenges shares, my agent helps me manage my schedule, remember important information, and stay on task when I get distracted. It knows when I need detailed instructions and when I need a quick reminder. It's like having a support person who's always available but never gets frustrated or impatient. In education, AI agents are enabling levels of personalization that were previously impossible to scale. Every student now has access to a personal tutor that adapts to their learning style, pace, and interests. An educational researcher explains, the most effective learning happens when instruction is in the student's zone of proximal development, challenging enough to promote growth, but not so difficult to cause frustration. AI agents can continuously adjust difficulty, examples, and explanations based on the student's responses, creating truly personalized learning pathways. A teacher shares, the agent doesn't replace my role, it enhances it. While students work with their agents on fundamental skills, I get real insights into who's struggling, who's ready for more challenges, and where conceptual misunderstandings are occurring. This lets me target my interview where it's most needed. The hybrid approach allows teachers to focus on a higher order thinking, social, emotional development, and creative exploration, the aspects of education that most benefit from human guidance. A student explains, my learning agent doesn't stop when my school ends. When I'm curious about something, it helps me explore the topic in depth. It connects new information to things I already know and presents it in ways that match my interests. As education policy experts notes, the promise here is educational equity. Every student having access to personalized support and adapts to their needs, regardless of their school's resources or their family's ability to provide additional help. Yet this powerful technology brings important questions we must address together. A privacy expert cautions, AI agents require access to our data and systems to be effective. They need to know our preferences, routines, and patterns to understand personalized assistance. This raises critical questions about privacy, security, and agency. How much of ourselves are we comfortable sharing with our digital assistants? Who controls this data, and how can we ensure it's used ethically? A tech enthusiast emphasized, we need robust transparency about what information agents collect, how they use it, and who has access to it. Users should maintain meaningful control over their data and be able to understand the trade-offs they're making. These are also critical questions about access and equity. A digital equity advocate warns, if these powerful tools are only available to those who can afford them, who already have digital literacy, they risk widening existing social and economic gaps rather than narrowing them. So how do we ensure the benefits of AI agents are distributed justly across society? A labor economist points out, as agents automate aspects of knowledge, work previously thought to be uniquely human, we face complex questions about the future of work. Which jobs will be transformed, which will be eliminated, and more importantly, which new roles will emerge. The history of technology suggests that innovation often creates more jobs than it destroys. But the transition can be disruptive and uneven. A social psychologist raises another concern. There are also profound questions about how these agents can affect our social connections and cognitive development. As we delegate more tasks to AI, what skills might we lose? And how do we maintain meaningful human connection into an increasingly automated world? These challenges don't just diminish the power of AI agents. They highlight the importance of thoughtful design, governance, and implementation. A design enthusiast suggests the most successful implementation of AI agents will be those designed with human flourishing at the center. These human agents that enhance our capabilities rather than replace them. They promote autonomy rather than replacing it. Well, I hope this was helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.